my name's Nate Katsuki. I'm an actor living in New York, and I've been acting for about a year now.
I'm from Boise, Idaho. I moved to New York City when I was 18, and I've been here ever since. What made me want to get into the entertainment industry is the simple fact I love making movies. I love the process of getting to know people, going to set, meeting the cast and crew. I love being social. I love collaborating and hopefully creating something unique that the audience can connect to. My favorite movie is The Matrix. My dream role is to be the lead in the next Yellow Rain Productions film because I loved working with you all, and I also like to have dreams that can be achieved in 1 to 2 years, because I could easily say my dream role is to play the lead in a Scorsese film that wins an Oscar, but I have no idea how I would do that, or how I would achieve that, or how I would get to know Martin Scorsese. I have no idea. So I like to have dreams that are right in front of me with the people I know. An actor I look up to is Natalie Portman. I love Natalie Portman. She is super smart. She went to Harvard, got a psychology degree. Her master class was fantastic. It taught me her approach to acting. She didn't really have a traditional actor's experience. She started pretty young and went to school for something that's non-acting, which I can relate to because I got my degree in business. So I really appreciate how, she uses her other skill sets to apply to her acting. My family was very supportive when I told them I wanted to act and model. I think in general they just get a kick out of the projects I'm a part of. So whether it's being on the cover of a teen romance novel or on a package for a massager, I think they get a kick out of seeing what I'm doing, and I do too. And it doesn't surprise me that we're supportive, because they've always been very supportive of my various insane ventures, and they always have a positive attitude that I try to also exhibit, and for that I'm truly grateful for them. The advice I'd give to young adults and teens who want to be in this industry is to start now. So if they want to make movies, I'm pretty sure most everyone listening to this has access to an iPhone or knows someone with a smartphone. And if that's the case, you have the ability to make a movie, and you should do it right now. Don't wait for anyone to give it the green light or think that it's too small scale and no one will see it. If you really want to be in this industry, it's kind of the same on every level. So what I mean by that is, if you make a film with your friends in college, it's the same process as if it was a $20 million film. It's just the scale is different, but you still have to go through the process of memorizing lines, getting to know the cast and crew, making sure everyone gets along, working with the producer, working with the director, making sure it's the vision you want. So if you're interested, do it now. The best advice I've ever received is actually something I read in this book, Maps of Meaning by Jordan Peterson. And the concept is that the most valuable things are in the place you least want to look. Another way of putting that is, you should do what you fear the most, because that's what you'll get the most value out of. And for me, I've really applied that in the last 2 years of my life. And specifically with modeling and acting, I grew up with a reading disability. So in, junior high school and high school, I was deathly afraid of reading out loud. I was terrible at it. I psyched myself out. I went to extra after school classes for reading and retention and all that, and comprehension. and it was the worst thing ever. Also, when I was little, I was a little huskier, as my grandmother would say, and I was a half Asian kid in Boise, Idaho. And, you know, with that came insecurities. I didn't want to take off my shirt to go swimming and all that jazz. So, you know, as an adult, thinking back on those memories, that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to be an actor and model, is because, you know, what's the worst fear of a kid who's bad at reading in public and who's a little husky? It's probably being an actor / model, because that's all you do, right? You memorize lines, you read it out loud with your shirt off in some circumstances. And what I've found about that is you grow so much by tackling things you're afraid of head on. And that's where really the growth is, because if you just do the things you're good at and the things that you're not afraid of, you're going to build those skills, but you already know who you are and what you are if you do those things. You really find out a lot about yourself if you challenge yourself and push yourself to do things you're afraid of. And I think that's it. I'm doing a feature film and I'm doing this interview, and it's all a dream come true. My process for getting a feel of the characters I'm given really starts with the script and reading it several times through just to absorb the story and all the nuances of it. Then I like to talk to the director and writer and see what their vision for the story is, because it could be different than what the script actually represents, or there could be more nuance or flavor that the director or writer add to the script that you wouldn't necessarily pick up from the pages. I also like to make sure I have all my ducks in a row in regards to just being on time, being respectful to all the cast and crew, and memorizing all my lines, so I'm absolutely prepared, and that way I can be more free when actually delving into the character. For Kyle specifically, I had similar experiences to the character in my past, so some of it was actually just diving into my memory and thinking about how I felt in certain circumstances, and then applying that to the context in which Kyle went through. In addition to that, John and Sabrina were very helpful in helping me get a feel for the character. John was able to bring out an authenticity in my performance that wouldn't be there, I think, without him. And I haven't seen the finished product, but just coming from how it felt to do a take before I talked to John and then after, I feel like after it was always better, and that's directly because of John's advice. And Sabrina, you know, being the writer and lead actress, as well as the producer and, you know, sometimes co-director, she's really the omniscience on set. You know, it was her story and it was based on parts of her life. So, you know, anytime I had a question, even between takes, I'd go up to her and ask her, "Is this how you felt?" And she would answer openly, and she didn't have to do that. She didn't have to open up, but she did, and I was very grateful for it, and it really helped me get into the mindset of how she felt during certain periods, or how the character should feel. So that was particularly helpful from Sabrina.
I'm Nate Katsuki, and this has been Actors on the Rise.